The galaxy was in fear. For hundreds of years, peace ruled the stars under the control of the Galactic Union. Planets traded with each other, people traveled across systems, and life was good. But that peace ended when the Korak arrived. No one knew where they came from. No one knew what they wanted. They did not speak. They did not answer messages. They only destroyed. One by one, planets began to fall. First the outer colonies, then the larger trade hubs. The Korak ships were strong and fast, and their weapons burned through shields like paper. The Galactic Union tried to fight, but their fleets were no match. Millions died in days. Entire cities were turned to ash. Panic spread like fire. The leaders of the Galactic Union gathered. Their voices were full of fear. "We are losing," one of them said. "We need help, but who will help us?" Someone whispered the name of a planet most had forgotten, Earth. Long ago, Earth was part of the Galactic Union. Humans were brave, smart, and powerful. Their soldiers were known for never giving up. But then, 250 years ago, Earth went silent. No ships, no messages, no signs of life. People said Earth was destroyed in the Great Collapse. Others believed it had left by choice, but no one really knew. Now, with the galaxy burning, the leaders had no other choice. A message was sent into the oldest part of the galaxy, Sector E42. This was the last known location of Earth's signal. The message was short and desperate. "To any who hear us, we beg for aid. The galaxy is falling, please help us." Then silence. Days passed. People waited. No one expected an answer. But then something strange happened. A signal came back. It was simple, cold, and calm. Only 4 words. "Earth has heard your cry." Everyone in the control room froze. The message repeated 2 more times, then stopped. The room was silent. Some people cried, others refused to believe it. "It must be a trick," someone said. "Earth is gone." But the signal was real. It came from a dead zone, a place with no activity for over 2 centuries. The Union decided to send a small scout team to investigate. Their ship, the Starseeker, was fast and quiet. On board were 5 crew members: Captain Relo, a brave woman from the planet Yelvaris; Tech Officer Bin, a nervous but smart engineer; Pilot Dren, who flew better than anyone in the fleet; Medic La, always calm in chaos; and finally, a historian named Jex, who had spent his life studying Earth legends. As the Starseeker moved deeper into Sector E42, the stars grew fewer. The systems were dark. Nothing moved. No life, no signals, just silence. The crew felt uneasy. Captain Relo tried to stay focused. "If Earth is alive," she said, "we must find them." On the 3rd day, the ship entered the Sol system, the old name for Earth's home. The planet came into view: blue, green, and white. Earth was beautiful and silent. But then something changed. The ship's sensors started picking up signals. Old satellites around the planet suddenly lit up. Some began to move. One pointed directly at the Starseeker. A voice came through the radio, calm, strong, and human. "You have reached Earth Defense Command. Identify yourself." The crew sat in shock. Earth was alive and watching. Tech Officer Bin whispered, "They were never gone." The crew sent their ID codes and waited. The voice answered, "Your message was received. Stand by for escort." 2 small black ships appeared from the dark side of the moon. They had no visible weapons, no markings, but they moved with perfect control. They guided the Starseeker toward Earth. As they entered the atmosphere, the crew saw something even stranger. Massive structures hidden in the oceans and under mountains. They were not on any map. Earth had been building in secret for years. The ship landed on a large platform in the middle of a vast forest. The trees were tall and the sky was clear. The crew stepped outside, unsure of what to expect. Then, they saw them, soldiers in black armor, standing in silence. Their faces were hidden by helmets. They moved like shadows, fast and quiet. One of them stepped forward and removed his helmet. He was human, with silver hair and sharp eyes. "Welcome to Earth," he said. "I am Commander Hale." Captain Relo stepped forward. We thought Earth was gone." Commander Hale looked at her for a moment, then said, "We never left. We only watched. We prepared. And now, we return." His voice was calm but powerful. "You asked for help," he continued. "And Earth has answered." Before anyone could speak, an alert sounded. A Korak scout ship had entered the system. Commander Hale did not panic. He gave a single order: engage. The black-armored soldiers moved like lightning. Within minutes, the Korak ship was destroyed without firing a single shot. Captain Relo stared in disbelief. These soldiers were not normal. They were something else, something more. She turned to Commander Hale and asked, "Who are you people?" He looked at the burning remains of the Korak ship in the sky and answered, "We are Earth's shield. We are the Ghost Legion. And this galaxy is under our protection once more." The forest around the Earth landing platform was silent. The air was fresh, clean, untouched by war. The crew of the Star Seeker stood frozen. In front of them were soldiers, tall, quiet, and wearing black armor that looked more advanced than anything they had ever seen. Commander Hale stood with them. His eyes were sharp, his voice calm. "We were never gone," he said. "We just went silent. And now, Earth is awake." Captain Relo tried to stay strong, but inside she was shocked. "Why now? Why help us after all these years?" Hale walked forward slowly. "Because now, you truly need us, and because the Korak have crossed a line." Tech Officer Bin looked around at the massive underground facility. "You built all this in secret? Without anyone knowing?" Hale gave a small smile. "That was the point. Earth became quiet. But we were never sleeping. We were watching, listening, preparing." The crew was taken deep underground, through tunnels full of machines, training areas, and weapons never seen before. There were hundreds, maybe thousands of soldiers training in silence. Some moved with such speed and power that even the historian Jex whispered, "These are not normal humans. They are something more." Commander Hale led them into a command room. A massive screen showed a map of the galaxy. Red dots spread across it. Korak attacks. Whole regions were already lost. But near the edge of the map, near Sector E42, there were blue lights. Captain Relo pointed at them. "What are those?" Hale answered. "Earth's listening station, still active, still watching." Medic Law was quiet for a long time, then asked, "Why did Earth leave the galaxy?" Commander Hale looked at the screen, then slowly replied, "Because the galaxy turned its back on us. 250 years ago, Earth was betrayed during the Second Rift War. We fought alone. Our people died, so we disappeared. We became ghosts, and we swore never again would we fight another's war, unless it was truly needed." Captain Relo stepped forward. "And now?" Commander Hale looked her in the eyes. "Now, we see the truth. This war is not just yours. It will reach us too. So we will act." Suddenly, alarms sounded. A warning flashed on the screens. "Incoming enemy signal. Korak scout ship, approaching, fast." Hale gave a single command. "Let the new galaxy see what Earth can do." Outside, black ships rose from hidden hangars. They made no sound, only light pulses. They moved like shadows. The Starseeker crew watched from a glass window high above as Earth's defense began. The Korak ship was fast, but Earth's fighters were faster. One circled it, dropped a strange silver device onto the hull, and vanished. Seconds later, the Korak ship froze in space. Its power was gone. Tech Officer Bin stared. What did they do? Commander Hale calmly said, "We shut down its mind. Korak ships are part machine, part living brain. We learned how to silence both." The Korak ship dropped from the sky like a rock. No explosion, just silence. Captain Relo whispered, "That took less than 1 minute." Commander Hale nodded. "We trained for one thing, to end wars before they begin." The crew was speechless. Earth wasn't just alive, it was far beyond anything the galaxy now had. Then Hale turned to them. "Tell the Galactic Union," he said. "Tell them Earth has returned. But we do not take orders. We fight to end the war. Nothing more." As the Starseeker prepared to leave, the crew knew one thing for sure. This war was about to change, and the shadows of Earth had finally stepped into the light. The Starseeker returned to the Galactic Union headquarters with shocking news. Earth was alive. Earth had soldiers. Earth had power. At first, many leaders didn't believe it. Earth was just an old myth to them, a forgotten planet from the past. But then they saw the video, the Korak scout ship frozen mid-air, Earth soldiers moving like ghosts, and Commander Hale standing like a man who feared nothing. Whispers spread quickly. "The humans are back. The Ghost Legion is real." Earth did not die. It waited. A special meeting was called. The Union Council met in a giant hall above the clouds. Thousands watched from across the galaxy. Captain Relo stood before the leaders and spoke. "Earth has the power to stop the Korak. I saw it with my own eyes. But they do not follow the Union. They fight for their own reason, to bring balance." Some were excited. Others were afraid. One alien leader said, "Can we trust a planet that hid for 250 years? Another replied, "Do we have a choice? The Korak are winning." After hours of debate, a message was sent to Earth. "We request your aid. Help us retake the fallen colony worlds." The reply came fast. A calm voice from Earth said, "We will assist, but we will fight our way." No politics. No delays. The Galactic Union agreed. They had no better option. Far from the Council, on Earth, Commander Hale stood before his soldiers. The Ghost Legion was ready. These were not just warriors. They were the best of the best, trained in silence, built for speed, mind-linked in battle. Each one had taken the oath of shadows. No fear, no fame, only mission. Hale addressed them. "The galaxy remembers us as ghosts. That is good. We strike from the dark, leave no trace, and never fail. The Korak will learn. Earth does not beg. Earth ends wars." The mission began. The Ghost. Legion's first target was a fallen colony called Vera 9. It was once a peaceful world, full of forests and oceans. Now, it was burning under Korak control. The Union had tried to take it back, but failed 3 times. Thousands of soldiers had died. But Earth's plan was different. They did not send fleets. They did not warn the enemy. They sent 10 soldiers. Only 10. The Starseeker crew, still invited to observe, watched from orbit as the 10 black armored warriors dropped silently from space. No one saw them land. No alarm was triggered. Inside the Korak base, darkness fell. Communications went silent. Power died. Then, one by one, Korak soldiers fell. No gunfire, no noise. Just silence and shadows. Captain Rilo watched the timer. 30 minutes, she whispered. "And the base is clean." Commander Hale's voice came through the radio. "Vera 9 is free. No civilian losses, no retreat. Uploading enemy data now." In the council hall, alien leaders stared at the battle footage in silence. One leaned forward and whispered, "What have we brought back into the galaxy?" But the people, the ordinary citizens across the stars, cheered. They called the Humans, something new. The Silent Shield. And in the shadows, the Ghost Legion prepared for the next mission, because Earth was back. And they would not stop until the Korak were nothing but ash and memory. After the mission on Vera 9, the galaxy changed. For the first time in years, hope returned. The name Earth was on every tongue. Children whispered it like a prayer. Soldiers wore small Earth symbols for luck. People believed again. But while the galaxy celebrated, Earth did not stop. Commander Hale stood inside Earth's high-orbit command station, Fort Sentinel. It floated silently above the planet like a watchful eye. A voice spoke in the dark. "The Union has sent more requests." Hale replied coldly, "We will choose our battles, not them." Behind him stood a tall woman in jet-black armor. Her name was Colonel Sarah Vale, commander of Ghost Fleet 1, a hidden fleet that had not moved in 200 years. She looked at the star map. 5 systems have fallen since Vera 9. The Union is losing control again. Hale nodded. Then it's time. Wake the fleet. Far away, in the red mist zone, a dead part of space where no signals worked, giant ships began to rise. They were not like other ships. These were silent giants hidden for centuries. No lights, no names, no IDs. Ghost Fleet 1, 30 battleships, black as shadow, no windows, no sound. They did not hum or glow. They simply drifted forward like hunters in the night. Each ship carried soldiers, drones, experimental tech, and something else, something even the Union didn't know about. Meanwhile, Captain Relo and her crew were still with Earth's forces. They had been invited aboard the flagship Eclipse, the lead ship of Ghost Fleet 1. Inside, everything felt wrong. There was no talking, no footsteps, no alarms. The soldiers communicated with eye signals, hand signs, or neural links. Every action was precise, controlled, perfect. Tech Officer Bin whispered, "They don't act like normal humans." Historian Jex replied, "Maybe they're not. Not anymore." Suddenly, alarms lit up on the bridge, not from the ship, but from space. A massive Korak dreadnought was entering the Helian Drift, an old mining system once rich with resources. Thousands of Union civilians were still trapped on the planet below. The Union had tried to send help, but no ships made it through. Commander Hale turned to Colonel Vale. "No more waiting." Vale's voice echoed across the ship. "Ghost Fleet, engage!" What happened next would be told across the stars for generations. The Ghost Fleet entered the Helian Drift without warning. No communication, no threats, no lights. The Korak dreadnought spotted movement, but too late. Earth's ships didn't fire weapons. They injected viruses. They melted systems. They blinded sensors. Within 3 minutes, the dreadnought was floating. Helpless, its weapons dead, its engines cold. Then Earth's drop pods fell. 100 Ghost Legion soldiers landed. In 9 minutes, the dreadnought was cleared. Every Korak inside neutralized. No one saw the ghosts leave. They vanished the same way they came. On the planet below, civilians looked up and saw Earth ships for the first time. One little girl pointed and said, "The shadows saved us." The message spread across the galaxy like fire. Earth doesn't fight for power. Earth fights to end the war. But not everyone was happy. Far from the stars, deep in Korak territory, a council of alien minds watched the losses. One spoke in a cold, metallic voice. "Earth has returned. Their soldiers are worse than expected." Another voice replied, "Then, send the hollow. Let Earth see fear." The Korak were preparing something Earth had not yet faced, and for the first time in years, Commander Hale looked concerned. After the Helian Drift victory, Earth's name became legend. People called them many things: the silent army, the ghosts of Terra, the last hope, but Earth remained quiet. No speeches, no shows of power, just results. Planet after planet was freed. Every mission was clean, fast, no civilians lost, but far away, something darker was rising. Deep in Korak space, a huge black cube floated in a red star system. Inside, Korak war leaders argued. "We cannot match Earth's shadow soldiers," one said. "They know our weapons, our language. Even our ships," said another. Then, from the shadows of the room, a cold, flat voice whispered, "Then stop using soldiers. Use fear." The voice came from the last Korak mind meld unit, a creature built from the brains of 10 different species. It had no body, only thoughts. It was called the Hollow. It continued, "Earth fights like ghosts, but ghosts can be broken if you shatter their past." Back on Earth, Commander Hale received a strange signal. It was old, very old, a recording from 250 years ago, during Earth's last war before going dark. It was the voice of a soldier. A scream, then silence. Hale narrowed his eyes. "They found the Echo Archives," Colonel Vale asked. "Should we stop the mission?" "No," Hale said. "We continue. But now we know. They're not just fighting back. They're going after us." Meanwhile, in orbit of Mira 7, the Ghost Fleet was preparing to liberate another, fallen world. But something was wrong. Drop pods landed on the surface and disappeared. No signal, no sound. Captain Rilo and her crew watched from the eclipse. "That's not possible," Ben whispered. "No force in the galaxy can jam Earth tech." But it happened again, and again. 3 more teams vanished. Commander Hale ordered a full scan of the planet. What they found was horrifying. There were no life signs, no buildings, only a giant crater. Inside it stood a tower, a black tower, pulsing with dark energy, built from bones, human bones. Rilo's voice cracked. That's not just a weapon, that's a message." Hale nodded slowly. "They're trying to break our spirit." Historian. Jex whispered, "The Korak are not trying to win this war by strength anymore. They want to destroy Earth's memory, to erase Earth's name." Then it happened. The tower spoke. A broadcast, heard across all of Earth's satellites and deep space receivers. A voice that sounded human, but twisted. "You are not ghosts. You are not legends. You are mistakes. Earth died long ago. Let it stay dead." For the first time, silence fell over Earth Command. Then Hale stood. His voice was quiet, but firm. "You made one mistake, Korak. You tried to scare the only species that trained in the dark. You woke the wrong ghosts. Earth responds ghost. Fleet 1 launched its darkest unit, Unit 0. Soldiers trained not just in war, but in psychological shadow combat. They don't kill to win. They kill to send messages. Unit 0's mission, find the Hollow, break it, burn the tower, and remind the galaxy why Earth went silent. As the dropships of Unit 0 vanished into space, the crew of the Star Seeker watched them disappear. Captain Rilo whispered, "They're not soldiers anymore." Ben nodded. "They're something else." Unit 0 vanished into space. No signals, no lights, no names. Even the Ghost Fleet didn't track them. They were Earth's final answer, trained not to fight enemies, but to destroy fear itself. Their mission, find the Hollow, break its control, burn the tower on Mira 7. Deep in the Mira system unit, 0 landed silently in the dark canyons near the Bone Tower. The air was heavy, too still. Their suits picked up no wind, no sound, no life. But their minds. Suddenly, one of the soldiers stopped. He whispered, "I hear screaming." But there was nothing. Then another soldier froze. "I see my brother. He's dead, but he's talking to me." Commander Hale watched everything from orbit. He clenched his fists. "They've weaponized fear. This isn't just a trap. It's a psychic battlefield. Inside the tower, Unit 0 entered. It wasn't made of metal. It was made of memories. Earth, memories, cities, soldiers, voices from the past. Suddenly, their suits began to shut down, one by one. They heard voices. You failed Earth. Your people forgot you. You are not legends. You are lies. But Earth didn't train like the rest of the galaxy. Unit 0 had one last weapon, the lockdown protocol. They shut off all emotions, all thoughts. Only mission remained. At the tower's core, they found the hollow. It was not a body. It was a mind. A swirling black storm of memories and voices stolen from Earth's past. It spoke in 100 voices. You cannot kill memory. We are what you fear most, being forgotten. Commander Hale's voice came through the comms only once. Then remember this. Unit 0 activated the Erebus Pulse, a forbidden Earth tech designed to erase digital minds. One use, total mental wipe. They stared into the hollow and pressed the trigger. Across the galaxy at that moment, the tower collapsed. All Korak towers, across, all occupied systems, shut down. Every psychic broadcast stopped. Every fear weapon broke. Billions felt a sudden calm. Like a storm had passed. In the Union Council, leaders stood in silence. One finally whispered, Earth destroyed fear, but there was a cost. Unit 0 did not return. They had completed the mission, but were lost inside the psychic storm they destroyed. Their names were never shared. Only one file remained, locked in Earth's database. A single line. Unit 0, mission complete. Fear has no hold. Back on the Eclipse captain, Relo stood next to Commander Hale. You knew they wouldn't. Come back, didn't you? She asked. Hale didn't answer. He only looked at the stars. They did what no one else could, he said quietly. Now the Korak know, fear will not save them. But far from Earth, in a distant part of the galaxy, something stirred. The Korak had one last weapon, one final plan, a secret army, not made of fear, not made of machines, made from something Earth never expected. Humans. After the fall of the hollow, the galaxy changed. The fear was gone. The towers were silent. Planets, once held by the Korak, were free again. Hope was rising. But Earth's commanders were not celebrating. Commander Hale sat alone in the command center of the Eclipse, watching strange new data appear on the screens. Colonel Vale entered. We found something, she said softly. She handed him a report marked Korak Project Echo Flesh. The terrible truth, the Korak had captured humans 200 years ago during the last war when Earth went silent. They didn't kill them. They cloned them, twisted them, turned them into weapons, human bodies, Korak minds. They called them Echo Soldiers, made to fight like Earth's best, but with no soul, no mercy, and now they were being deployed. Thousands of Echo Soldiers were moving toward a planet near Earth's border. Tarsus 3, a peaceful colony, families, children, no defenses. Commander Hale's eyes turned cold. They want us to fight ourselves, he said. Vale whispered, how do we kill what looks like us? Earth responds. The Ghost Fleet prepared for its final mission, but this time, no one was sure what would happen. Commander Hale gathered all remaining Ghost Legion units. He stood before them and spoke. The Korak stole our image. They made copies of us. But we are not just muscle and mind. We are memory. We are meaning, and they can never copy that. Tonight, we end this. Not for power, not for Earth alone, but so no one else ever has to fight a shadow of themselves again. The battle for Tarsus 3 was brutal. Echo soldiers dropped like rain, silent, fast, deadly. But Earth's Ghost Legion was waiting. The fight was unlike anything before. Human versus human. Move for move, skill for skill. They had the same speed, the same reflexes, the same tech. But something was missing in the Echo soldiers. They didn't protect the innocent. They didn't cover each other. They didn't feel anything. And that's where Earth won. The turning point. During the battle, one Echo soldier paused. A child had fallen nearby. A normal human child. The Echo raised its weapon, then stopped. It looked at its own reflection in a broken window. For a second, just a second, it hesitated. A Ghost Legion soldier saw the moment. Instead of firing, she lowered her weapon. The two stared at each other. No words, no orders, just silence. Then the Echo soldier turned away, disappeared into the forest. The end of the war. The remaining Echo units fell fast after that. Without the hollow, without fear, and without purpose, they collapsed. Earth didn't chase them. They had already won. 1 week later, the Galactic Union held a ceremony in Earth's honor. For the first time in 250 years, Earth stood not as a myth, but as a guardian. Commander Hale was offered a seat on the Union High Council. He refused. He simply said, "We are not here to rule. We are here to remind the galaxy. Never forget who you are. Never forget who stood in the dark for you." Final scene: Captain Relo stood on a hill on Tarsus 3. Children played nearby. The sky was clear. The war was over. She looked up as a black ship passed quietly overhead. The last line of Earth's transmission played through her device. "This is Earth. We answer the call. We fight from the shadows. We vanish when peace returns." And just like that, they were gone. But the galaxy would never forget. The ghosts who stepped out of the shadows and saved them all.